All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Joel, what is up? What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. How are we looking?
We're looking okay. Let's see how good your memory is. What did I say I wanted to happen today?
Inside day, but I've already gone outside, Joel, so I'm afraid I failed.
Yeah, okay. And I guess it depends what terms you're using. You know me, I include if it trades the price, no matter when, it's the price action. And so I had the after hours low yesterday at 36.75. So your Globex low, 49 even, your interday low, 57. So check on the downside. On the upside, yesterday's high, I don't even think I put it in here because it was so freaking high. It was up at 43.0350. The best we could do is 42.3675. So we're calming down. We're all bracing for that Facebook report, and the whole world is waiting to see what Facebook does. We'll talk about that fake news regarding Facebook in a little bit. Crude, quiet day for crude, $3 range here, up 45 cents, 102.15. Gold getting schlocked again. So much for 1900 being support, down 17.30, 18.80, 6.80. Silver in the red by 19 cents at 23.30. 35. Bitcoin, you know, it's support is support until it's taken out, up 495, 38,715. And Ethereum futures, they're up a paltry $8.50 at 28.45.
Facebook is on pace for its highest volume day since February 9th, which was while the stock was still digesting its last earnings report. We should probably start here because due to report here in about half hour or so. I think Facebook is typically out at the earnings, at least, are typically out right after the close. Conference call, of course, is not till 5. We'll be streaming that on our YouTube channel. But a few things. So first, with regards to the intraday volatility on Facebook, this is a very rare misstep. I don't actually recall a prior instance of this occurring. Occasionally, earnings reports do leak. It's rare, but it happens. But in this case, we had a false report of a leak when it wasn't a leak. Bloomberg actually, with the mistake today, and they reported that Facebook's earnings had leaked when they hadn't, and they were very quick to correct the record. But I mean, what's it saying? A lie spreads halfway around the world before the truth gets out the door or something like that. So the stock ripped, and I mean, it did come back to earth, but you had a big swing and a lot of dollars moving, all probably computer driven, but dollars nonetheless, on a what ended up being a false headline. So that's interesting.
And this thing is it's just getting punished for the Google report. It's getting punished more than Google is. Down 4%, new low of the move, off the low of the day. I mean, it's a total wrong thing. I'm even ashamed of myself for thinking about this, but I almost feel like taking a flyer into the
I
report, you
know, but
know?
you're not the only person to think that. I think.
Yeah, so okay. Uh, yeah, I mean, and the other thing that I wanna talk about here on Facebook is, like the monthlies. You get sometimes if you're trying to pick a bottom in something, go to your monthlies. I don't know how many times we've talked about this. You take out a monthly level and then you look for the next monthly level. And I know I said tongue in cheek that, the next monthly low was 150.83, but that's where stocks go to. They go to those levels. They don't go right there, right then. But unless it can form a couple daily lows in the area or something. So just keep an eye on that. When you keep an eye, if you're really trying to pick bottoms, keep an eye on those monthly charts to just to let you know how far they can actually fall.
Yeah, I mean, so there's two ways to look at this, right? It's like you would think, based on the way the market is treating the stock, that Facebook is going out of business next month.
Yes.
Of course, that's not happening. But the Google report is certainly worth noting because Google and Facebook are more or less in the same business of digital advertising. That's how they make most of their money. Google's was okay, right? The advertising business was okay, wasn't amazing. So I still maintain what I said yesterday. If you're gonna buy, go along Facebook into earnings, I mean, you better hold on for dear life. The market will look for any reason, even if they say 9 good things and 1 bad thing. That's the bad thing is all that'll matter. So I would be hands off. I mean, I've embarrassed the stock for years now, and I wouldn't own it if I could. If I could help it, I wouldn't own it. But of course, it's not how index funds work. So I am long going into earnings here via
The
via
index fund.
uh, via an index fund, but like I wouldn't go along the stock.
Uh, Interesting. The other thing. I mean, I didn't dig in. I don't dig in heavily into the reports, but they're punishing for the YouTube. Whatever. I mean, come on. I mean, how much has that YouTube revenue grown and I mean, exponentially over the years, and you get a little hiccup in there, and they're headed for the hills. So,
That's all. Yeah, that's what it takes. That's
yeah. I mean, high expectations. There you see the Googster down. Don't know what I gave. I don't think I gave you anything. Did we get to my monthly level? I don't think we did. 2230. No, got to 2262.49. But looks like you got some more work to do in Google. Took out that 2400. So, maybe try and buy this one on strength. Looks like you got some more work to do on the downside. I mean, I think a lot of it depends on what the market does, right? And being the combined companies being the third biggest component of the S&P 500 index futures. If we can't hold this area, we're flirting once again with that February low. If in fact that's taken out, then you're gonna get a chance to own Google at 2,000. So that's how I'm looking at the Googster.
I mean, so Facebook is down 54% from its highs. It's not the only one. PayPal reports tonight. PayPal is down almost 75% from its highs last summer.
Jesus
I mean,
Murphy.
it is absolutely brutal out there. Just a bloodbath in some of these growth names.
Gosh, how's
Again,
Kathy doing? Is that under $50 yet?
yes,
Mhm.
it is
Yes,
right
it
now.
is. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, someone in chat noting Tesla. Yeah, Tesla was looking nice and pretty for a hot second there after the opening bell, but it gave all those gains back. Um, that that
Wow.
that
Yeah. Wow. Your next. Oh, there's an area of next month. Oh, now for $12. And Kathy, 39.41. April 2020 low. Holy mackerel, 33. Oh, I don't even want to think about those levels for Kathy. What's up with Mattel? What, they're trying to
so
sell themselves or something?
so yeah. You know what? I meant to mention this morning, and I totally forgot to, but Mattel has got this is like the third or fourth company to come out and leak an M&A rumor, about themselves, right? I mean, so private equity is sniffing around Mattel. I think they also report earnings tonight, but yeah, I'm not sure what that says about the state of the market when companies are
26, 26, 26. This stock peaked in March 2017 at 26.02. The next month later, 25.97. Then you had years of decay and chaos, and then you came back, and then you make your post-COVID high. Where do you make your post-COVID high? 25.71. So I mean, trading range, top of it, break over 26, then you got something to talk about here. If not, Mattel is just being Mattel. And how's it? What's the other one? Hasbro?
Hasbro, yeah.
Yeah. Hasbro. Nothing much. Buy
Why?
toys online cheap, right?
Okay, what about this Beyond Meat? We haven't talked about this stock in probably at least 2 months on our show because there's nothing to talk about, right? But there actually is something to talk about today. I was all ready to like send a message out to to some Benzinga editors and being like, just as a warning, this is what can happen when you are unclear or when you exaggerate things that are said at your own events. Because what happened today is Beyond Meat was speaking at a. I'm sorry. It was Beyond Meat who was speaking. Well, I have the article open, or I had it open right now, and then I lost it. Wait, let me get it back. It was Beyond Meat is their chief marketing officer was speaking at a Fast Company event. No, the McDonald's chief, Morgan Flatley, the McDonald's chief marketing officer, was speaking today, and he talked about Beyond Meat, right? Because they have this integration, they have Beyond Meat products. So there was an article on Fast Company recapping what he said. The article actually didn't say anything particularly crazy. It said, right, Happy Muhammad is that comment on the screen. That is what the market distilled from this article. But it really didn't say that. If you actually read the article, yes, he was bullish plant-based foods. And he's not gonna like publicly crap on all over a company that they're in business with. Of course, he's going to say things like they believe in the future of Beyond Meat products at McDonald's. But it actually didn't. It didn't say anything specific. In fact, the article went out of its way to say that he was given an opportunity to say something specific about Beyond Meat, and he didn't. He was vague in a positive way about Beyond Meat, the future of Beyond Meat. But all the market saw was this headline that Happy put up on the screen, right? That the McPlant burger will become a permanent menu item, which is like he said that plant-based foods will be permanent. He didn't say the actual plant anyway. And the stock ripped higher on this. It got halted to the upside, halted to the downside. But I would note that the guy's name is Morgan Flatley, and then McDonald's had to come out afterwards and then flatly deny that there was any new developments here because he said nothing new, and all the market saw was this stupid headline, and it decided to, buy Beyond Meat up to $47 and then sell it back down again.
If you're good at trading stocks off news and you're good at getting in and out, I think go get them. It's just so hard to do, and then you get caught in halts. So whatever. If it, I mean, the news is out. It's not a big deal. Double bottom. Actually, it's a quad bottom now, right? You had these lows
You
here.
know what? You know what? Okay, my mistake. Fast Company did issue a correction, because I guess in the original version of the article they did use the word permanent. McDonald's, I guess, was all over them for it, so they took out the use of the word permanent and classified Beyond Meat or the classified McPlant as more of a core menu item, but not permanent. So there was some confusion there over the use of the word permanent versus not permanent. Anyway, this is your other outside of Facebook. This is your other crazy move of the day, on what was essentially a nothing burger, pun intended.
Yeah, look at that. Boy, oh boy,
Yeah.
oh boy. Like I said, if you're good at trading these kind of things, go right ahead. My technical comments are, as they say, got a double bottom here, 35.53, 35.41. That was the area of a couple lows back in mid-March. So if you think all of a sudden these burgers are going to be tasting better, we used them for a little
I mean,
bit.
they taste fine, but they
Yeah.
are expensive. They are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't eat the Beyond Meat dogs. I mean, they're horrible. But I
Never
told
tried
Lisa not to buy them anymore.
that. Okay.
I mean, whatever.
Worth
Okay,
noting.
we're ripping. We got a little dip. We got a little rip. Trying to get this thing to close over 4,200. We'll see. We're trading 41.94. A lot of A lot of chop today, chop and slop.
Worth noting that this will likely go down as the highest volume day for Beyond Meat since May of last year,
Yeah, no,
May 27th. It just goes to show you how this stock just totally fell off every Wall Street's radar. This is not a stock that we really pay attention to anymore. Anyway, so let me bring up the calendar for tonight because it is still chock full of earnings here. I mentioned a few of them. I mentioned PayPal. I mentioned Meta. Ford is tonight. Qualcomm is tonight. Hertz, Amgen, Las Vegas Sands, Pinterest, Upwork. Oh, McDonald's is tomorrow morning. That should be fun. And what would happen today? No, I doubt that'll be addressed. So you got a number of big names reporting. Was there anything that there was a lot we didn't cover this morning, Joel, on this show? Visa held up okay. I don't know if you saw.
Yep.
Visa held
PreMarket
up
Prep.
strong.
Yep. PreMarket Prep stock of the day. I kind of underestimated the Visa. I went back and listened to what I said, and it had I mean, I gave you some levels, and they weren't very good. Ended up blasting 221.80 off the news. I don't like the fade though. I don't like the candle. I don't like when you got that high and you're giving it back. The other thing I'll just note about so you don't want it below this area right here. Then you got a potential gap fill. What I did notice when I was doing my article was the way this exhibited excellent relative strength on the recent retreat. So this is the market actually bottomed on February 24th. This bottomed a little bit later on March 8th, right? It followed the SPOOs up very nicely, and the SPOOs came in. Well, that came in as well, but look how much it bottomed ahead of that low. So it had some good relative strength, closed on its low tick yesterday, right? And then you got the move. So if that's just kind of in no man's land there, but I don't like that you're giving things back here, and I like it even less if it takes out the low at 213.05.
Yeah. By the way, I forgot to mention that Beyond Meat. That's an all-time low for Beyond Meat today.
Yeah, it did. Yep.
So just brutal. Okay. What else sticks out? Enphase Energy is having a strong day. I don't know. Did
That's
we
been
look at
getting beat up though, right? That's
It
been
has
getting
been.
beat up.
Yep, it has been.
Let's
Looking
see
okay
what's
though.
going on.
Mastercard also after. Let's look at that after because Mastercard is rallying off of Visa ahead of their own report tomorrow morning. But
I mean,
let's
this is a decent I mean, it's a decent up day, but once again, it's a red candle. I don't like when you backed off that far from the high. Got a lot of people caught here. So once again, not in love, good day. Don't love the candle. MasterCard, I mean, Visa already reported it got the move off it. Once again, don't love the candle. Buyers set high here. So way off that high of the intraday high, 373.74. And this has held up pretty well too. 375.22 has been the actual high of the rebound. So keep an eye on that. If you get a pop, that's $14-15 away. On the downside here, I don't think you're going to see a lot of just like the lows. I just call it 340. Let's see if it can hold 340 on the downside. That rally, very short-lived rally in the S&Ps. There, we're on the brink of going into the 4,200 handle, and boom, we're back down. We're gonna go scratch here. We're gonna go back to unchanged on the session. Not the kind of price action that you want to see in the final 10 minutes.
Yeah. You know what concerns me a little bit, Joel? Why is Twitter down for the second day in a row? I mean,
I don't know.
Credit to you. Good on you, Joel. You literally saw the high in this thing. You literally saw the high. You sold it like $52.
I want it out. And and when you want out, you want out. Yeah, I don't sell stuff, but I don't know. I mean, the risk arbs are applying it. He's gonna get the deal done. I mean,
You almost never see a stock that's being taken over really move
I know.
once it reacts the reaction it reacts, and that's that, right? Like you almost never see the market say, "Oh, we're going to change our mind a little bit on this thing." Like even like look at Activision, ATVI, which is kind of that's all we've got right now
Yeah.
far as
Wow.
an example. But if you take out the last couple of days, ATVI has been pretty quiet. It's traded in this range for the last couple of months, right? Since the takeover was announced. I mean, the last few days it's leaked. But yeah, you almost never see. I mean, the fact that Twitter now is down, what like 4% in the last couple of days. I mean, more. I mean, that's not nothing.
I don't know. I mean, the way
Seven
Dennis
percent.
talked about it, was you when a company takes over another company, they do the due diligence, they have a a business plan, but when you're worth a couple 100 billion and you want to do something and you do it. So I don't think Musk is gonna,
This
pull
is
out of the deal.
looking
I
at it.
I, I have no idea.
I
I
don't
have
know
no
either. It is concerning to see it go
I
down,
was looking for an excuse to sell it, and
and
because I had
you got it.
sold some of it, and then it went all the way down. Oh, the old hip pocket trade. I'll keep it in my hip pocket, and my hip pocket got a little bit smaller when it went down to what? How low did this get? 30 or something? 32? $32, and then just gave you, it gave me an opportunity here. So, will I regret taking out 54.20? Well, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever.
Let's see some tickers in the chat. We got about 6 minutes left here, in 7 minutes left in today's session. Oh wait, there was a ticker earlier that I missed. What was it? It was a.
Boeing.
Oh yeah, okay, Boeing, and there was one more. There was
Have
one.
I warned y'all about Boeing? Have I been there probably hasn't been a stock that I've been more bearish on
Yeah,
than
Boeing.
is Boeing.
Boeing's been
I mean,
tough.
they're not building big airplanes anymore. You need small airplanes. And I know this Bombardier, that's the one that hasn't done any good either. But oh man, they're in trouble. Look at that, man. Oh boy, but look at this.
What is
If you
this?
look at this monthlies. Oh, but that's $10 away. Uh if you want to get along some Boeing, or you're waiting to cover is short, I just call 143. That spots three monthly lows back in September, October, November, going back to 2020 on that. Oh,
If you want to play airplanes, Joel, try EADSY. EADSY. That's Airbus, and it hasn't been great, but it's been a heck of a lot better than Boeing.
yeah, it has. It has. Yeah. I mean, it's not a big mover. Trading range. Wow, it's been in a trading range for over a year. 25 to 35. Wow, good resistance, good support. So coming in the lower end of the trading range, but overall, really hasn't done a whole lot.
The ticker that I saw that I had to scroll up for was Baxter,
Oh
BAX.
man, I haven't heard that stock in a long time.
I know, but so wait, earnings are tomorrow.
Ooh,
Why is the stock getting absolutely hammered the last few days? Oh, they called it downgrade, but that was a few weeks ago. Um, I guess it kind of is the whole sector, though. Come to think of it, it's not just Baxter; it is the whole sector. So, whew.
well, what else? What do you throw in there with Baxter?
Well, it's like
Are
it's a
they
health.
like supplies?
Yeah, it's a healthcare supply company, right? So you can look at Medtronic, right? MDT, or Abbott Labs, or like ISRG, Intuitive Surgical. They're the one they got. This is their fault. This is ISRG's fault. ISRG had earnings last Thursday, and the stock has gotten hammered since then. And everyone is just extrapolating that Baxter, when they report earnings tomorrow morning, it's going to be similarly bad. So
Did Medtronic? They must have done a stock split, huh? A while
uh,
ago. I
I don't
thought
know.
there was a higher price stock. Anyways,
I don't know.
um, oh, let's look at that ISRG.
And then BAX.
Man, oh man. I'll just go to BAX at ISRG.
They all look the same, and it's not great.
Yeah, Baxter. Come on, Baxter. BAX.
Alfred is saying supply problems. Well, we'll find out tomorrow when they report.
Man, you're going back a long ways here. Oh man, this is almost back at its COVID low. So if you're taking it to the report, better hope it holds 69.10. That was your COVID low. So that's what needs to hold. Ah man, a lot of bad days here. I don't know what it's gonna do on a pop because you've had 1, 2, 3, 4 lower highs. I don't know. Pick your poison here.
Yeah.
You get a good report, the street is definitely leaning the other way. 70,
Yeah.
73. There's a pair of highs. I'd say 72.40 and then 73.22, but nothing's sticking out at me. I don't think it's going to move that much off the report.
By the way, I did not notice this yesterday, but did you know that Zoom is below 100? Zoom is in double digits. If I told you, even at the start of last year, even at the start, it was already well off its highs by then. But if I said, "Hey, yeah, Zoom's going to be below 100 in the next year and change," you would have said, "That's a pretty dramatic drop." I don't know about that, Spencer. Well, I mean,
valuation doesn't matter until it matters, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah. I mean, man, this morning was all wishy-washy, zigzaggy. We were looking pretty good, but now we're closing. I mean, the low of the day in the SPY is 415. So we're a couple.
I have to agree with George.
Yeah.
This is not good. I don't like this action here. I really don't. I don't like holding the gains, the big move overnight. I mean, we're hanging out down here, and we are less than 100 handles away from that March low. So, just not feeling good about the market here. Not at all.
I feel like it's a deja vu every day. It's the same thing. Yeah, not feeling good. Not feeling good. Not feeling good. But that's the way it goes.
What else? Give me a good looking chart. Give me something then,
A
my
good
guy.
looking chart. Okay. What about the handful of stocks that are making new highs here? Because there are a couple of them, believe it or not. Like Pepsi, for example, right? Is a couple bucks away. Or no, here's a better one. Church and Dwight, CHD, which of course, as I say this, is now down a buck in the last few minutes. But I was looking at that one earlier. That's
New all-time high today.
an all-time high for baking soda. So.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah, it's not a bad looking chart here. It needs to. I mean, they had tried to break out today. Are we going to get a new all-time closing high here? Let's see. Closing high, 103.91, and looks like we're right there right now. So you're going to get a new all-time closing high. So keep an eye on 104 tomorrow. Oh, nice pop here. Now I'm bullish. No, I'm just joking.
And then Daniel, I also mentioned this to Joel before we started, but I actually almost bought Waste Management a couple of weeks ago when it was around 160. I didn't, but I thought I did. I thought about it for about a day, and I kind of forgot about it. But now I'm wishing I had, because that's a new all-time high for Waste Management. So
yeah, keep an eye on this because last time it got up here, it hung out here for a while, and then it had a decline. So keep an eye. This is probably an all-time closing high today too, right? 68.38, 67.45. Not super big volume, but keep an eye tomorrow. 167.45. All right, we're moving in like four handle chunks here. I think the close is 41.78. Let's see what happens with Facebook.
that's a wrap. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Smash that like button, please, and thank you. And we'll see you tomorrow morning.